Today we're going on an adventure. We are going to the oldest bookstore in Texas. This store has been around for 100 years and I've never been there. I'm excited to check it out and bring you guys along with me. On the way there, I am listening to The Anxious Generation. This is a nonfiction book about how basically social media and our cell phones and internet access at an early age has changed how our brains are wired and how late millennials and Gen Z have been affected by growing up with cell phones. And it's crazy. It's been so educational. I'm about halfway through it and I feel like I'm learning so much about myself, so much about the next generation, and I am really scared for the generations to come because I'm right on the edge of like younger millennial. I'm right there on the edge. In this book, he says the anxious generation is born after 95. It's wild to think about how much our cell phones affect our lives. So this has been a very educational read. I'm glad that I picked it up, because we all know that nonfiction is not really my thing, but I'm enjoying it a lot. So I'm going to listen to this on the way there and show you guys around the bookstore, hopefully.
Age of a child.
So far this adventure has reminded me why I don't live in the city. Parking is a freaking nightmare. Okay, let's go find this bookstore. It was a strange, interesting experience. Walked in, said hi to the guy at the desk, and he didn't say anything, which is weird because in Texas they usually do. There's a lot of nonfiction there. There wasn't a huge selection of fiction, at least not that I would be interested in. I really wish there was like more of a fantasy section or a sci-fi section. There's like a tiny shelf of sci-fi and then 3 large shelves of fiction, but it's nothing I've ever heard of except like Michael Connelly and Dean Koontz, which they're not really my forte. So I don't know, definitely like more of a, my husband would like this kind of bookshop, not my taste, but I'm glad I went. I'm glad I checked it out. They have a lot of historical everything from every time period, and the bookseller was not very social, but I could, if he was the one doing the labels, I could tell that he had a sense of humor. I'll be sure to point out the ones that I'm talking about, the labels. There was a point where I walked into the back room upstairs and I could overhear a conversation, but it wasn't in the same shop. Like, it was next door. So I think, like, maybe they converted that space next door, or the bookshop rents it out. I don't know how that works, but I could clear as day hear somebody next door talking. It wasn't anything bad or anything. It was just like talking about their life and catching up, and yeah, it was just different. But I'm gonna get out of here and go home, and I do have a book haul to show y'all. Let's get out of here. I'm back from the bookstore. That was a really interesting little shop. I did not pick anything up there, but I do have a bunch of books that I wanted to haul for you guys that I've been receiving over the past couple of weeks. Part of my book club, we've been doing these things called Fairy Fridays, where anybody can post their wish list and you can buy something for someone on their wish list. And it's just a way that we show some appreciation and some love for one another. So my sweet book club members from a couple different book clubs have been gifting me different things, and so I wanted to show you some. First thing is I got this cute little Winnie the Pooh bookmark. It says, "It's so much more friendly with two." I love Winnie the Pooh. I got this really cool tapestry. I might actually change out my constellation one for this one because it's really pretty and it's more book related, but I'll show you a picture somewhere. I got a book sleeve, and I like this book sleeve because it has two pockets. So it has this like little one in front, and then it has this zipper pocket, and it's pretty big. Like, I could definitely fit a couple books in here. I'm excited about that. Next, I got this little whodunit puzzle book. So in here is like a little story, and then at the end it asks a question, and it's supposed to be like a critical thinking exercise. My coworker got this, and she says that her and her husband read these together, but her husband is kind of a party pooper and doesn't really get into it, but she tries to figure out the mystery. And so she encouraged me to do it and to keep a scorecard, so that's what me and my husband have been doing. My husband's winning, but we're still enjoying it, and I'm not that far behind. But so it's called Whodunit Puzzles Mysteries for the Super Sleuth to Solve by Tim Didopoulos? Tim Didopoulos? I don't know how to say it, but that's what it looks like. It's a lot of fun. We've been enjoying it. If you watched the Traveling Annotated book series episode 2, I read this book, and now I have my own copy. Somebody in my book club gave it to me, and she told me that she watched me in my video, and I'm so grateful. Like, it just makes my heart so happy to know that people acknowledge my video, but also this book is so good, and I'm so excited that now I own it. So thank you so much. My in-person book club, we did like a little Easter swap, and this was the book that I got for that. It is called Angel Falls by Kristen Hanna, and it came with this cute little fox magnetic bookmark. I love foxes, but look how beautiful this cover is. I know nothing about this book, but I know Kristen Hanna is very beloved. I've only read The Nightingale by her. Historical fiction's not my thing, but maybe this one will be better. Next, I got Red Rising. This is from a member of my online book club. I am so excited to read this. I see a lot of YouTubers talk about this, and I'm really excited to just dive into the story, but I want to like finish a couple other books, make some space in my life, because I have a feeling that this is going to be really time consuming, and I'm just not going to want to do anything but dive into this world, so I need to make some space for that. Next, I got a book that I read as a kid, but I don't have a copy of it, and I really want to try reading this again, and that book is Aragon. I remember that this book took me a long time to get through when I was a kid. I don't know if it was because like I wasn't super into fantasy at the time, or it was just that period of my life where I wasn't really into reading, but I want to sit and devour this. I want a good dragon book. Like, I'm digging Fourth Wing. I think it's time to revisit the OG dragon book from my childhood. And just knowing that he was 16 when he wrote this, that's just so impressive. So I'm definitely looking forward to picking this up again. And the last book, this is from, it's called a random book club, so you just kind of gift each other books randomly. It's not like a, here's my wish list. And that book is April Witch by Magical Axelson. I think that's how you say it. She said she really enjoyed this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I really like witchy books. So that's all the books that I have acquired within like probably the past month. And it feels like a lot. I've been gifting a lot of books too. We are sharing our love of literature and kind of connecting with strangers, and been really enjoying that. I'm so glad that you guys got to come on the journey with me today to go to the bookstore, the oldest bookstore in Texas. I wish that the book clerk had been a little bit friendlier. I would have asked him some questions about the bookstore, but he really just did not want to be bothered, it seemed like. Maybe I will go to another bookstore soon. There's a bookstore for sale, and I kind of want to show you guys what it looks like if I didn't have a career. And that's like the dream. Like if I was like 60 years old and had a good amount of money and could just spend my time at a bookstore all day every day, like that is my dream. But I'm not. I am just starting my career as a nurse practitioner, and I need to stay in that career, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try to buy this bookstore if I was being honest. But it is not the time for that in my life. Maybe one day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon in a new video. And if you're still watching, leave me the book stack emoji because we went to a bookstore today. Alright, see you guys soon in a new video, and happy reading. There was a lot of, sorry, I'm like out of breath. I have to climb some stairs to get back to my car. It's hot. Let me catch my breath. Okay. Looks like in somewhere over here or over here.